Hey guys, Kat Haig here, and I wanted to share with you a recent update from Canva, which might make your life a little bit easier when it comes to designing your marketing assets. Now, this new feature is going to be super relevant and helpful to some people straight off the bat. Some of you listening to this might not see, what this can kind of be used for and why you'd use it. But with most of the businesses that I've worked with, we've eventually had a need for this sort of a functionality or a tool, and the usual way that you would have to achieve the same results would be through Photoshop. So you'd really need to outsource this to someone that knew what they were doing, or you'd be spending a lot of time playing with an image in Photoshop to get the same result. So what we're talking about is basically the ability to remove the background of an image. Now, to give you an example of when you might want to use this, in your marketing, especially if you are the face of your brand, or there are people in your brand that are the figureheads, the thought leaders, etc., and it is their face that you want to promote. This is just one example of where you might have images that you want to use of those people, but you want to remove the background, right? So it might be that you need to take some photos very quickly of these people, but you don't have a good backdrop, or it might be that you want to put the photo of these people onto another background, which might be a background that's relevant to an upcoming event, or the background of your brand's standard YouTube cover photos or something like that. So this can be a really, really quick and easy way that you can do that in a few steps and with a couple of button clicks. So it's pretty cool, and I just think it's really worth people knowing that this is now possible, because really it's for me as a marketer, this is a game changer. I often have to do this for clients, and the fact that I can likely do this in a button click in my Canva account rather than playing for 45 minutes in Photoshop is massive for me. So as you can see here, I've logged into my Canva account. Now, if you're not sure what Canva is, that's for another video, but it's a great tool for small business owners for all of your design and your marketing kind of creative needs. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on create a new design. Actually, we are going to select from one of those pre-made shapes. So let's just say that this is for a YouTube thumbnail. Let's just click on that one. So that's going to open a new window for us. So here is our canvas. Now we can basically select from any of these templates down the side here. Okay, so see this example here. You've got this lady here and you've got this colorful background and a couple of these hearts in front of it. Let's say we wanted to create something like this, but we wanted to use, your brand color and just your face, right? So I'm going to delete this background first of all, okay? Now all the other elements are still there, but they're just white. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to go to elements. Actually, I'll go to background, and I'm going to select a color to be the background. Okay, so that could be your brand color, for example. Now the next thing, I might make that a little bit darker to make the text pop. Obviously it doesn't really, for this illustration, it doesn't matter what the color is. Now what we're going to do is we are going to go to uploads, which is where all of the files that we have uploaded to this account live. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to find a photo of me. So let's select this photo. Okay, so now I might just want to make that a bit bigger. There I am. Okay, and let's just say I want to get rid of this background so that I can sit on this purple. Okay, so the first thing that I can do is I'm just gonna have the full image there just initially, and then we'll resize it later. So what we're gonna do is come up here to effects, super simple, and we're just gonna click on this new background remover. Just give it a second to load. And there you have it. So now I'm just going to make this a bit bigger. Maybe I'll move this to the back. And then maybe I want to change the text to, you know, my favorite mobile apps, because I've got a phone there, you know. And then obviously you can do all the things you'd normally do with Canva, like changing the font size. You know, we want it pretty big though. Maybe change to the brand font. We often use Montserrat. Make it a bit smaller so it's not overlapping over multiple lines. And obviously you can keep playing around with this as much as you want, but you can see how polished that looks. And literally that took me, what, a minute or two? So previously this was quite a bit of work to have to do in Photoshop to manually remove that background. I've tried quite a few images and every single time it has come out perfectly. Now in every photo I've tried, it's been pretty obvious to like a human eye what the focus of that image is, and I've tested it usually with people. So actually let's just do this. Let's just test it with some other image. Why don't we try this one? Okay, so let's go effects and background remover. I'm hoping that laptop is what they end up showing. I've only tried it with people. So okay, there you go. So it removes the background and it left the elements. So that gives you an idea of what it might do. So if this looks like a valuable tool for you, I would jump into Canva and I'd have a play. I would say that over time, like you can see up here that they've got this little bit, you know, that's incorrect here. From what I can understand from this tool so far, there's nothing I can really do to edit what the tool automatically removes from the image. So if it doesn't quite work out for an image for you, you might have to use a different image. But for every image that I've used where I've wanted the person to be, you know, left and the background that person is surrounded by to be removed, it's worked. So for me, this is a very handy tool. Looks pretty good. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope that's helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you in our next video. hopefully that is helpful for you guys. Please let me know if you have any thoughts or questions in the comment below. As usual, this video will appear on all of our social channels, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram TV, etc. So feel free to engage and comment on those channels if you can't find a way to leave a comment where you have found this video. We'll speak to you soon.